All right, welcome everyone to Tradeify 247's. I almost said Tradeify Crypto there, but no. This is Tradeify 247. Hope you guys are doing wonderful today. We got a little trading session coming up. It's going to be me, it's going to be Anastasia, and it's going to be Kibbler as well joining us shortly. So I think we're just going to be going straight into the charts here because I do have some things that I'm watching here. Currently, we got Ethereum up here. I'm down on Ethereum, probably going to be closing this position. You guys know I entered this one yesterday. I believe it's going to be opening up the YouTube chat here. See where who we got here in the chat with us today. Let me just give me a second. There's I guess some issues here with the browsers. It's going to take a couple of seconds. Let me know, guys, how you're all doing today. Who do we have here? We got Glenn, of course. We got Glenn. Yes, unfortunately, I am alone today. Well, I'm alone right now. But we're going to get some people coming in here shortly. So what we're watching here is MetaTrader 5. Got Ethereum up here. Yes, you can trade using MetaTrader 5 on Tradeify 247. I'm going to remove the grid here. It's going to make it a little bit more beautiful. Right. Okay. So the reason why I entered this short yesterday on Ethereum was because how do I move with that one? I'm supposed to be using this. Yeah. Okay. So I entered the buy here on Ethereum because we had Bitcoin breaking out and Ethereum never broke out. And now it's just in range, and I basically have my entry at the upper regions of this range looking for a breakout. So this trade is no longer active, so I'm going to be removing that trade right there. So a smaller loss on that one. So let's see. I'm thinking today we're going to be focusing a little bit on looks like a video game from the 80s. Yeah, well, it did definitely with the grids. It definitely does. Now, MetaTrader is not the most beautiful trading platform, but it is a very good trading platform. So I do quite like it. It's very nice when it comes to executing your trades and managing your positions, but might need somewhat of a facelift, this one. Okay. I'm quite interested in gold, actually. Oh wow, look at that, it's white. Oh shit, we don't like white backgrounds.
Of course we like white backgrounds.
I don't like that.
We love
not
white
at all
backgrounds.
No, it needs to be black. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's like, it's like the chart is hugging me now. Look at this. How you doing, Anastasia?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something with my platform. It doesn't let me share the screen either. Just 1 second, I'll reload it.
Okay.
I'll get back to you.
Right. Okay. So what I'm watching here is, and if you're wondering what this is, now obviously this is the weekend price action, which is, you know, dead, but it's pretty cool though that you can trade it to 24/7. Now, what I'm watching here is this range right here is somewhat interesting. I think I removed the okay, the foreground should probably be, what if it should be white, right? Yeah, good. Okay, so we just had that breakout on the 15 minutes. That's actually where I wanted to go long. On the 15, let's see if we can get an entry here on the 5 minute. Yeah, okay. So I want to see if I can go long I'm going to enter a position here on gold. So 4,607. I'm going to put my stop loss around that level. 4,607. Let me explain what I'm doing here. So that's going to be the initial one. Where is my TP going to be? Remove TP2. I'm not gonna have. Well, I need to put in something. So 4,667. So I'm gonna enter at the market here with 0.25%. Okay, we are long here. And then I'm going to be entering a limit order as well, a little bit lower for 0.25%. So we're filled. If that one gets filled, we get filled at 0.5% risk. And that's going to be right there. Same stop loss, same TP, 0.25% risk. Click trading, click trade. That's it. Okay, so that's the trade right here. So I got one market order in on gold here, and then one limit order lower here. Same stop loss for each of these positions, and same TP as well. Now, obviously, I want to be moving TP around a little bit here. This is exciting, you know, because I haven't been. I haven't been actively trading for quite some time. I'm, I've moved away from being active in the markets about a year ago, or sometimes maybe it was this year or sometime last year. I kind of went away from active trading, day trading, and moved more into the swing trading approach. And then from swing trading, I'm now more actively managing my own personal capital in terms of a portfolio where I'm taking, a few trades a year sometimes, which is not very often. But then, I started reading that Market Wizard book recently, and the new one. Absolutely amazing. Love it. Highly recommend it. And then I also had a friend who shared his trading results recently. And I looked at that. I'm like, oh, damn! I need to do something. I need to do something with my life. So I decided that I need to start working on getting a little bit more active in the markets and trying out, developing my day trading skills again. Because it's something that I miss it, and especially now that I'm done with the CMT and the CMT studies, I now have more time to for actual trading, and spending more time developing my trading strategies. So that's what I'm doing. Using AI to look for different ideas and try to develop some type of semi-automated system where I'm going to be able to have my system give me ideas on what to trade, and then take discretionary decisions based on that. So Anastasia is having some issues with her camera, it seems, but she's probably going to come in. Yeah, because you let's see if are you gonna go back in and out again? Okay, here we go. She is back.
Okay, that's good. Everything's working fine, it seems like. Did I hear correctly that you just took a long on gold?
Yeah, that's right. I went long here on gold. This is not a swing trade. I'm just looking to looking for a bounce here at the range lows. We have PCE today as well. Not sure that's going to be very important though.
Why?
Well, it's not. I mean, it's not CPI, So PCE, I feel like, doesn't have such a major impact on the market, does it?
PCE usually has a very big effect on the market. PPI usually doesn't have.
Oh, it's PPI. That's right. I'm thinking about PPI. Okay, well,
I was planning to go long as well there, but I'm quite skeptical because I feel like we can still hit the lower levels before going up. But in general, I'm long biased, so I hope it goes good.
And it's in this range as well, you know, and kind of like just hit the range lows. I like MetaTrader, I really do, but like doing analysis on MetaTrader.
No one likes MetaTrader on the laptop.
Oh no! Like it's good to execute trades, right? And it's really nice to be able to have MetaTrader as a trading platform, because you can do a lot of different things. You can build EAs, and you can do nice things. And then also, what I like doing is, if you have MetaTrader 5, then you can connect that MetaTrader 5 to a CopyTrader, and then you can open up a demo account that has connection to TradingView, and then you can use trade within TradingView. Now, it works well if you're swing trading, but then if you're intraday trading, maybe you want more control over the spreads and everything. But I need to really get used to. I need to really get used to MetaTrader.
You mean on the laptop?
Like I can't even move the screen, like, so I need to have the shift end of the chart to right border. Okay, that one. But it's like, okay. It feels like you can't move around freely like you can on TradingView.
Yeah, it's super limited. Come on, I still couldn't use the MetaTrader on the laptop, on the desktop version after so many years. Like, it's so user-friendly, it's ridiculous. You know, it's a nice platform for like phone, but I feel like they've been updating it on the phone again and again, and they kind of left behind the desktop version for what it is. I mean, of course, if you build some things, if you build indicators, you build AI, I guess, I don't know if there is an alternative now. I feel like it should be somewhere coming, but it's so outdated, it looks like Windows 98 if you compare it to other trading platforms.
Glenn says turn off auto scroll. How do I do that? Well, I have turned it off. So now I'm able to move around. Okay, and then I can click shift also, and I can, whatever. Okay. So I got my limit order right here. I came down, kind of front run that limit order. I think now I wanted to show you guys the analysis and the actual idea here, but it's almost, I feel like it's almost impossible to do so. Yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna have MetaTrader up on my right screen, and then I'm gonna share TradingView instead, because TradingView just looks so much better.
It really
and it's
does.
just so much easier to it's just so much easier to use. But this is basically what I'm watching. You know, yesterday we talked about how we could potentially move below 4.6, and then that would be a potential breakdown. But then we had right here, you know, that candle right where we closed the stream yesterday. That's just a beautiful bullish candle right on the very low here. You can see right here, right on the very low. That to me is a good long setup. Now, the way I would probably trade that one is I would just take it up here, you know, to that level, and then I would go into the I would probably, you know, execute this on the 1 minute. Oh, okay, 1 minute looks much different. On the the 15 minute looks very good. It's a 15-minute bullish candle. 5 minute, this one's good, very low. But then the very low area here on the 1 minute. Yeah, I like the. It's actually pretty good, like bullish divergence here on the RSI. Something like this is probably what I would try to do, you know, up here. And that's kind of like what I'm looking at right now as well. So if we go to current prices, Man, I feel dumb today. Okay, I'm in the replay tool. I'm like, why is gold trading here? Okay, so if we zoom out, we see the same thing here, right? We see price coming down into this level and then forming some type of rounded bottom. There's no like bullish divergence on momentum here, but you can definitely see that there's a shift in momentum, of course. Would love to see a move above the 50 level on RSI here. And then I have my stops all the way down here, which is probably a little bit too wide right now for what I'm doing, because I'm just looking for a very small move here. This is also a good, fairly good break of structure, right? Where we have lows and then highs, and then you kind of have this area here. So I got my limit order right down here. I got my stops here. And I think I could at least get my average entry. My first entry is at the very top. And then my limit order just got filled. So my average entry is here. And then I got my stops below that low. And I think just to move up to these heights right here, I believe is a high probability trade. I would love to see gold come up all the way here. But then, the longer you want price to go, the lower the chance of that happening. Good. Man, my English is, oh my God, I'm like trying to, what am I saying? The probability of that is lower.
Not enough coffee today?
No, not enough coffee, not at all. And it's been stressful. But I have this new routine where I try to go to the gym every day. Every other day I go to the gym, and every other day I go out for a run. And I want to do that between 8 and 9. And I want to be ready to start working at 9 in the morning, which is not easy when I'm, dropping off my kid at the bus at 8. And then I'm supposed to go to the gym, get home and get ready to 9, like all in 1 hour. So today was a bit stressful to get all of that done. And yeah. But here we are. And nice. You know what? I actually do think I only had 1 cup of coffee instead of 2 that I usually do in the morning.
You think it's gonna help?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know.
Coffee always helps.
I've stopped drinking coffee for months and a half at some point, and you know what? It changed nothing. I was like, maybe it's gonna change something, and I figured that it didn't really change anything.
I feel like I'm dying if I don't have my coffee. I'm not kidding. Like if I don't drink coffee in the morning, I feel like I'm just dying.
Yeah, I feel like, it's just no one should be talking to me until I have my first cup of coffee in the morning.
Yeah, right. It's kind of like, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm feeling as well. But you know what I'm saying? The whole idea that, so I had a friend of mine shared, a milestone in his trading, and it was so incredibly impressive. Not that he made $1 million, right? But like the process and the statistics and the way he developed what he's doing, it was just super impressive. Like he made like 7,000 trades, everything discretionary, 7,000 trades, 75% win rate, and like just a 5% drawdown over the course of 2 years. So it's just very impressive stuff. And the reason I haven't seen a trade example, like I don't know exactly the way he's trading, but I know from previous experience and talking to him, he takes like negative risk reward trades, because the probability, and this is just pure statistics, right? The probability of seeing gold moving higher or lower, $10 is obviously extremely much higher than gold moving up or down $100. This is just, simple, right?
Yeah.
Because before it hits 100, you know, $100, it's going to hit 10. So before that $100 move happens in either direction, it's always first going to hit that 10. And the smaller move you are betting on, the higher the chance of you getting that price move, which is the completely different mindset than what you have in swing trading. Because when in swing trading, especially if you're looking to ride a trend or you're trend following and you're looking for bigger winners, you're kind of just, you know, placing a bet and saying, I want to get in at this level and I'm hoping that it's just going to be a big run, a big winner, right? Here we go, talking about big winners.
Hello.
What's up, Kibbler? How's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
Good.
I'm a big winner. Hopefully so.
Yeah, man, we're all big winners.
What's been going on?
Not much. I went long on gold here. I kind of like this level, thinking that might get a small little push or upside. So I'm looking for a just a little small push or upside to like 4,635, I believe. So I'm going to be changing that TP in MetaTrader for, what did I say? 4,635. Yeah. I told Anastasia before you joined. Yeah, go ahead.
I was about to talk about gold. Actually, I was looking at gold in the morning. Yeah.
Are you looking at shorts in the morning? Like,
no, I was looking at gold in the morning. I was looking at longs as well. But the reason I didn't go long is because I am assuming that the price can hit about like another $40 lower before actually reversing, because we've been pretty much ranging in this area here. So we've got stuck within the value area of this range, of this rotation before the previous drop in May. So pretty much it got stuck in exactly the same level. If we're looking at the distribution of the volume within a month, so this is the monthly volume profile, we are holding above the value area high, which is the bullish confirmation. Another bullish confirmation that I have is also that if you look at the cumulative delta, again, it shows basically the distribution between the aggressive buyers and aggressive sellers. So if it goes up on the period of on the specific distance of the price of the period that we are calculating it for, it was more asks aggressive buyers coming into the market, whereas if it's going down, there was more aggressive bids coming into the market. So market sell orders. So what is very interesting is that for this period of time when the price was actually breaking the previous highs, so the previous volume here, which was another rotation that was holding the price for quite a while, from the moment we broke it, cumulative delta and price finally got in sync after quite a while. So exactly from this low to this high, cumulative delta was going up. Now from the moment we hit the high, traders started to sell, and there was a big disbalance on the bid side. So the cumulative delta has been dropping ever since. But ever since we hit the zone on the 24th of August, the price has been ranging. So we didn't really go anywhere much. So if you look at the price action, we've been just flat. So how the logic behind it is that if the cumulative delta is dropping and we have the overflow, a balance on the aggressive bid, like market short side. Now the market shorts are filled with the passive buy limit orders. So this is how the orders get connected in the back of the market auction, the bad limit orders with the market sell orders. So if there is a lot of aggressive sell orders, but the price isn't dropping, it basically means that within this zone and below the zone, we have a lot of buy limit orders placed, which are allowing basically the short market orders to get filled. So the market orders are getting filled, but the price isn't dropping because all of this shorting aggressive volume has been absorbed by the passive buying pressure. So it's not allowing the price to drop. They're allowing the sellers to sell, but they're not allowing the price to go down. So which is also usually their buying, the buying confirmation, the long confirmation for me. The problem for me is that I don't really see any reason to buy. So if I look at the smaller time frame, we've just basically reached this volume, but I could buy here, I could buy here, and I could buy here. So, at any moment also the price can go towards this high volume node. and test like $20-$40 lower this zone before going up, and it's still gonna be valid. So when I have such a long, like big zone of validity for longs, I'm waiting for some like really good confirmation to actually get into the trade. So I couldn't get into the trade because I've actually pretty much, to be fair, lost like 2 days in a row because I'm really horrible trading within a range. I'm really good in trading like in a trend. So the last 2 days on gold I've been losing. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna stay away until I actually see the trending conditions of the market. And the trending conditions can be even from here to here, but I need to see the rotation, which I can't because the volume is right in the middle because we are ranging. So I'm kind of stuck on gold for now.
You know, Jesse, was it Jesse Livingmore who said he attributed most of his success to sitting?
Yeah.
And a lot of people, you know, when they read that book, they said, oh, so he gets into a position and then lets it run, right? And then, you know, there was a lot of conversations about that. And then his biographer, the person actually writing the book, in an interview said that, no, it's not about buying and holding. It's about not trading. It's about able to sit out and not trade. And I think that's such an important aspect, right? Just like you said, like, oh, you said you're not the greatest trader in the range. Well, who is? Like, you know, like it's very difficult to trade a range. And it's like, oh, I want a trending market. Yeah, that would be nice, you know? But it's like, we get the trends and then we get in on the pullbacks and we ride the trends. The problem is, especially with things like, especially in the FX market, trends are they're not a trending assets, right? They are ranging for most of the time. And then you look at gold, and it's like, recently we've had like arguably this. I'm looking at the 5 minute here, right? But you know, this is a good. This is a good trend, you know?
Yeah.
But then you get equal lows. You get 3 lows and then turns into a range. And it's like, it's so difficult because you're always going to be losing here and you're always going to be losing at the top when you're trading that trend. And then you, like, your emotions are telling you that, well, maybe the trend is going to start again, you know? Maybe, you know, you have that low and you move up and it's like, oh, that's a dip. Let me buy that dip. And then you're right. And then you're like, oh, well, you know what, here, maybe it's going to break out. Maybe we'll have a new trend. It's so easy to see a range when it's obvious, right?
Yeah.
But when it's developing, like when it's going from a trend to a range, it's so difficult, at least for me. And I make so many trades because I'm kind of like, I have anchored my bias to the trend. And it's like, I take 2 good trades in the trend and then like I take 5 bad ones in the range. And then when it breaks the range, I'm like, well, I'm not going to trade that range. This range sucks, right?
Yeah.
Can relate.
You know, it's just like when I noticed that I already know how it ends. If I'm going to keep trying to trade this range, I'm going to lose money. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to wait until the range is actually over and I see the confirmation of the next trend, whatever the trend will be, you know? So because I just know what it is, what it's going to be. And honestly, I've been stuck for the last days for S&P 500 and NASDAQ as well, because they've been also ranging. So it's like sitting on your hands is a tough habit to develop.
Definitely. I think it's the most important one. I actually think it's, well, of course, successful trading is a combination of many important small habits, but being able to not trade is definitely one of the strongest one. I want to kind of like talk about this a little bit because this on the 5 minute, in my opinion, is a trend. Now, if you can even call 5 minute price action a trend, but if we ignore for a minute that this is the 5 minute, you can imagine that this is the daily. Because candles, they all look the same no matter what time frame you're on. Now, arguably, this has a few more wicks than the daily, but this is to me a picture perfect break in break in market structure, where you have down below here, you have the accumulation distribution indicator. What? Oh, what's up? Is this PCE?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I'm trying to get the
Really?
data's not coming through for me.
Really? Well, you're going the wrong way.
Yep, that's a PC.
Going the wrong way, Gold.
0.2%. It's unchanged,
Okay,
I think.
great. Okay, you can go up now. You can go up now. You can go up now. Anyway, what I wanted to say here was, in my this is I love this. Just clip this. Like, this is the perfect break of market structure. Look at that break.
I nearly said to you, core PC is coming out in like seconds, and then you were in your flow, and I was like, tell him on that.
I thought it was in 1 hour. I thought it was in 1 hour. I don't know, like this whole. Oh. Damn. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna win this anyway. So if we look at the, it's just a beautiful break in market structure. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna do that. All happy again. Perfect. Look at that. So we have this downtrend here on the 5 minute, and two indicators that I really like using is one volume based and then one momentum based. And here I have the accumulation distribution indicator, and then above I have the normal RSI. And what we see here is, of course, we have that, lower lows and everything, and then price reclaims the 20. Okay, I just could stop that. Fuck. Okay, so we have that 20 EMA, and whatever. I'm gonna stop this. I'm just gonna stop. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what I do.
It's difficult to keep going with a flow when you see a trader get going in a negative.
Yeah, I mean, I got MetaTrader right at me. I'm like, oh, look at this. Oh, the trend, beautiful. I'm like, oh, stop loss is being hit. Right. So lesson learned. Maybe take a look at the economic news calendar and maybe not just assume that for some reason it's going to be on the New York Open, which it never is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I am I'm a little bit disappointed in myself. I'm also a little bit more poor, but also much richer in experience.
I like that reframe.
I love this.
That is great. That is a great reframe. That is, I'm stealing that.
Yeah.
I'm still in this for the next self-talk when I hit stop loss.
Yeah. I am just richer in experience, not financially.
Yeah, I'm gonna go along here again though. I think it's still I'm gonna add
There's never too much experience.
Yeah.
Get back in. Get back in.
Yeah. Can't get more experience. Can't get enough of the experience.
What time frame are you trading on here?
What time frame?
Is that a 1 minute chart?
This is the daily.
What?
Nah, this is the 1 minute.
Yeah.
I'm because I'm adding quarter of a percent here.
I heard the sound.
Yeah, you did hear the sound.
He's back in.
Right, so get stopped out on that one. I added the quarter of a percent here. Now my thinking is, oh no, it's a limit order. What am I doing? I placed a limit order. Oh man, this is why I'm a swing trader, because you actually have time to think.
Yes, I might go long on Aussie US dollar, to be honest.
Nice. Pull up his screen. I want to see that. Okay, we're back.
Which suggests that their inflation is remaining higher for longer. So that to me is a potential positive for the RBA to start maybe moving rates a little bit sooner rather than later. Let me see if I get. I want to see if I get a pullback on this move that's happening right now. So overnight, basically, the RBA sorry, the Australian dollar has been one of the stronger currencies off the back.
Should we switch over to his screen, please? Perfect, thank you.
Yeah, so this is the data that I'm talking about here. You got the trimmed CPI, which is basically your CPI, like your core CPI, basically, which came in at 0.5%, beating those forecasts. Inflation rate came in at 3.5%, beating forecasts. Down on the overall, but significantly higher than forecasts. And then, yeah, trimmed the mean CPI year on year came in above forecasts as well. So inflation's still really sticky. RBA very hawkish at the moment, so that kind of helps with that. Core PCE remaining at 3.3% isn't great, and index month on month went to 0.2%, so that's why we're seeing that sort of US dollar strength right now. But for me, the Australian dollar could rebound out of most of those currencies pairs at the moment. So I'm just watching price action. 15-minute, we had that consolidation, kind of just about broke out of it before the data dropped, and we're kind of retesting back towards this area of support. So if we kind of hold above this area here, quite like the idea of buying that back to the upside. So whether that's on a minute chart or what, I'll just have to wait and see. But that there looks pretty good. We're kind of holding above that value area from that move. So I think out of all of them, the Australian dollar is one. Let me just go over here.
Can we go back to the chart? That was just a beautiful chart right there. The MT5 you had up.
1 second. Let me just size myself into that. I'm just going to take a short, not short, a quick buy on that. Just.
You are learning. Last time you missed it.
Exactly. So this is what I'm trying to not do. But I don't necessarily want to size this on screen. 1 second.
Yeah, of course. No, sometimes you
two positions in.
You kind of have to let everything rest a little bit when you see an opportunity. This is why I like streaming, like live streaming, if you are actively trading. I like being, multiple people, because then it's okay when you zoom out, and you kind of have to sometimes, because you see a trade and it's like, oh, shut up, everyone. I need to focus. But I like that one. I like the it looked like on your screen that you had like a very tight range, and then the PCE moved right back into the middle of that range, and then it held it as support. So that was a nice one.
Yeah, so I've added a couple of positions. I'm just going to wait to see if I get a third one.
Romy, you can show my screen. We're still looking at your trading view. Yeah, gold is gold looks like it's having some trouble recovering that move.
We've had a lot of volume in for gold. Right now, just on the 15-minute time frame, we had like a volume, and the question is now, is it going to hold above or below it? Because if we do hold above this cluster volume that was just traded, then I think long sign place and the price is going to continue higher. But if on the 5-minute, it's basically trying to like break below it. It's like 15-minute that I can see on the left side, and this is a 5. So if they hold below this red circle here, then I think we're gonna go lower.
Man, we need to get better resolutions. I can see her screen better. So
that's on my side.
Where is the? No, it's not you. It's the preview that I have here and the streaming platform. Okay, so where? Yeah, I think so. Where is that like the volume, whatever you're looking at, like that zone?
This is 1 minute. Yeah, so this is 1 minute chart. This is literally the double top right here. On the first top is a big volume right here. This is a bearish volume. So there was a lot of beats incoming. So the price is reversing from this one now. It's right at the bottom of the range on the 1 minute.
Okay, and that's what we need to reclaim. Basically, you're telling me.
If it closes above, it should go higher than that because it's going to be absorbed. But right now, it's getting rejected. Yeah. So it doesn't really look too bullish for now. But this is 1 minute again. This is the first reaction after the PCE. So I'd say that in 20 minutes, it's going to be a little more clear what we're going to do on the market opening because it might just range here also.
Nice. We have Wizard Trade saying, I just made 1K on the break of structure down when it retested the MNO level. What kind of language are we speaking here? What's an MNO? Dude, I feel like I'm old. I feel like I'm old. I feel like there's a new generation of traders coming into the market and they got this vocabulary that I have no idea what it means. What's an MNO? Monthly something?
Yeah, I
do you guys know?
Agree.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know what it is anymore. Yeah,
it's like and also I'm supposed to be like a professional technical analyst. I'm supposed to be midnight open. Okay. I didn't know that's a thing.
It's the abbreviation.
The abbreviation. That's a nice word as well. I do think though, like on a trading news moves like this and the structure around the news moves when you have it like this on the 1 minute, I'm like surely there must be some edge here. Because this is just picture perfect from a technical point of view. Like the break and retest up that level. If we add a fib here, probably that rejection is going to be on a 0.618, right? Yeah, look at that. It's like it's picture perfect on the 0.618. Surely there must be some type of edge being able to extract here. Like I'm talking PCE, CPI, MNO, FTMO. I said FTMO. I meant FOMC. Sorry.
I was like, wow.
Yeah, no.
It's a risky move.
Yeah, it's a risky move. FOMC. I don't know what that other abbreviation was. Some weird news event. I mean, surely there must be something, right? I need to do research on this. I need to backtest this. PCE is once a month, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's 12 instances in a year. You could literally go back 10 years and have 120 instances of statistics. You go through that, and you look at price action through, let's say, 50 of them. See if you can find any type of pattern. And Wizard Trades, of course. I mean, I'm just joking around. We have all of these different words we use in trading. I call this zone the RL said, the reload zone. It's a word that people don't really use, but it's what I've learned from my mentor back in 2017. I believe ICT calls it the optimal trade entry, the OTE, but he uses like the 0.62 and the 0.79 instead of the actual fib numbers, I believe. It's all the same, just different words. Technical analysis is not really. It is something pretty cool I learned in CMT though. There's something called the RRGs, which is relative rotational graphs. Which was have you heard about that?
Never.
I'm actually I'm actually very surprised that I haven't heard about it before, but it's a way of visualizing relative strength in a very beautiful way, and it's a fairly new creation, and it's actually it's a completely new original way of looking at relative strength in technical analysis. So other than that, I most of the things we're using here was developed, back in the 80s and 90s. And even before that, but this relative rotational graph is fairly new. And then I know TrendSpider also, the charting platform, has the water drop charts, I believe they're called. They're also a fairly new way of it's a new type of chart, right? So that's actually quite interesting. It's nice to see that there's some innovation within the space, and not just repetition.
Because it's not really easy
repackaging.
to find like new things in the technical analysis, right? It's like a very solid base, so it's not really a lot that gets really invented.
No, but yeah, exactly. But it's also like, do we need something new? I think most of the things out there, when used the correct way, is there's so many different things you can use. I mean, there's probably like 50 different volume indicators, momentum indicators, all of that, and all of them kind of works very similarly. I think I'm stuck in gold here. I don't like where I'm at on gold. The thing is, we are still on this support area. The only problem I'm having is the range is consolidation is obvious, and when I take a trade in a range, that's usually when it breaks, because I usually find good ranges when the levels are clear, and the levels are only clear when it has been developing for some time. So I usually get into a range way too late, which a lot of times is when it breaks.
That's why I stopped trading within the range, because I had exactly the same problem.
Yeah, it is. It's a real problem, because how do you identify a range? Well, equal lows and equal highs within the boundaries. But then you need more than 2 lows and 2 highs. But then if you get maybe 4 lows and 4 highs, that means you might be entering on the 5th retest of a support or resistance. And then if you're entering the 5th retest or even the 4th retest, that level is already going to be weak. I think you want to get in on like the 2nd retest of a significant level, but then it's not a range.
What do you think about GBP USD?
Let's take a look. I have it here somewhere.
Well,
yeah, this is interesting. That's an interesting move.
Would you say we are breaking out of the range into the new trend? Because look at the daily as well. I'm looking more of on the swing side.
You mean this is a test of resistance and you're looking to go short?
Yeah. Because it looks like we tested the resistance on a high time frame. We just broke outside of it on the PCE. Unless we get a huge week to the downside now. It does look like we also exited the value area from this week to the downside. So we kind of exit in the weekly range as well. And the next low is, the next support for me is a little bit lower, like a point where it could reverse as well. So I'd be looking for this reversal, but there is still a couple of ticks until that. And then the lowest, the next one would be the final target, this previous range that was formed in the beginning of August, in the middle of August, 14th to 18th.
Yeah, I would say that this is... yeah, I like this. This is probably one of those trades I would try, but I would also be conscious of the fact that if we had the same type of price structure up here, then that to me would be obvious, and then I would probably wait for the daily bearish candle up here. But on the 4 hour, so the 4 hour is going to close in about 9 minutes. It's a break below the range. It could just be, of course, a test of that support. So on the 1 hour, we could just see a test of that support. But depending on where I would look to take profits on this, there might be some more opportunities. Let's say I would look to take it down to the 50, or maybe this level. I think if we look at the daily, I quite like this area here. But if we break from the level below, I think it looks probable to see a move back down to the daily 20 EMA area. So on the 4 hour, that would be this level. And then on the 1 hour, I really like that level, untested breakout level. ICT traders would probably call that a fair value gap. I think I feel like there's a gap here that like a gap or whatever, and if you're looking at the volume profile, you will probably see an opening here, you know. So from, let's say, from 1.36 down to 1.356 would be an interesting move.
Yeah, 35.6 is basically the target I'm looking at.
Yeah. The question is just when does it happen? You know, what type of trigger? Because imagine if we remove this price action, then the trigger happens in 6 minutes. Because if we didn't have this price action here, then it would just be a free fall, probably, just straight down. Yeah. But now we have this consolidation phase right here, and this is also something that I've seen when I'm trading ranges. It's like you think, oh, I got a close gold here.
Yeah, that does not look good. The dollar is just taken off.
Yep. I think gold is going to be. Let me take a look at the Dixie here. Yeah, we might have a break above 99 here. That like 99.1, 99.2 will probably set off some movements within risk assets. Maybe break it up to 99.5 on the Dixie. That would probably cause Bitcoin to break down as well. Yeah, so looking at back on here, might break below that level as well. I've closed that gold long. First mistake was trading before PCE. Second mistake was trading the PCE move. I think my biggest problem when I'm trading the lower time frames is that I see all of these opportunities, you know?
Yeah.
And all of these opportunities, they feel equal when I'm taking the trade. And then when I'm exiting the trade, I realize that they're not equal at all. I wish I had I wish I had the skill of understanding that before taking the trade, you know?
That would be nice for all of us.
That would be nice. So, you know, looking at the 4 hour here for GU, it's this is a difficult one because it could just be a dip. Could just be a dip down to the 4 hour 50, the blue one right there. And then it becomes a good buy. But then you look at the daily, it's interesting, definitely interesting. Not sure how I would trade this. 15 minutes. It's breaking down on the 15 minutes. Is anyone trading this?
Gold?
No, anything.
I'm trading GU.
Yeah.
You're short?
Yeah, I took a short.
Nice.
I took short, and as long as it's basically hit my point of control of this price action, this range that you were talking about. So we have like 3 minutes before the hourly candle closure. For me to continue holding short, it needs to stay below the volume of this PCE candle, because at the bottom of the PCE candle we did have more volume coming in. So as long as a candle, the next one, also closes below it, it's going to be a good confirmation for me to keep holding that. I'm assuming that because it's GU, we're not going to hit the TP anymore today. So I'd say probably it's this week until tomorrow, but I want to kind of move, supposed to break even before the overnight closure. So let's see if it's going to move anywhere at all. But I took short.
Okay, so look at my chart here, like this area here. How do you, what about this level?
Yeah, this is basically where it can reverse. So I'm taking this into account.
Okay, so you're kind of betting on this breaking.
Yeah, so I basically took a trade. The reason I took a trade is because it was above it, and I was 99% sure it's gonna at least hit this level, which gives me a room for the price reversal before I'm gonna say, okay, you know what, it's not going any more down, so I can close it and break even with a very small loss or a very small profit. So because I took a trade before hitting the maximum volume of this zone that you just highlighted, I basically have a room for like a decision when the price is like either breaking it on the next candles or reversing it. And then I say, okay, you know what, this is a reversal zone, so I'm gonna wait until we break this and then go short again. So this is the volume that I refer to, and then this one is basically from the range that you highlighted. So I took a short before because this room here, this couple of ticks is giving me this time and space to think and to see if the price is going to break below the point of control of this volume or not. And if it does, we're going to appear below the volume of the PCE candle and below the range, which is going to be a good confirmation for short. And if it starts pulling back and close above this volume, I'm going to be either in break-even or in a very small loss. And then it's going to basically prove a rejection from this range, prove a closure above the volume on the next candle, and then I'm going to be out. But I'm not risking too much on this because it's going to come back around my break-even anyway.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just writing a message here.
That's the logic. That's why I didn't want to wait until it hits the bottom, because if eventually it breaks, for example, this volume here and closes below the next candles, the next hourly candle, for example, I can even add more volume to it.
So that's very interesting, and there's obviously a lot of momentum coming in here. So I like that, sort of makes sense. But because I feel I would feel fearful of this level right here. I would probably wait for that initial reaction within, but it depends on where you get the entry though. Maybe if you broke, so maybe we're gonna get it, that mean reversion move maybe up here, and then if we then break here, I think that's going to be my trade, because then we have the initial reaction within this level, and then we'll see, is that just a mean reverting move, or is it going to be this move? Because I feel like I've been trapped so many times by price action just luring me in, just whispering my name. It's like, take the trade, and then I take the trade, and it's like, yep.
I figured that I need to take those trades before, because like you said in the beginning, it's a very interesting point. You can pretty accurately predict the very small move in the market. So I can pretty accurately predict that if the price is already dropping, it exited one big volume area on top, it's now coming to the next one. So we exited this balance, we are coming toward the next balance, which potentially can be my point of reversal. So I have two choices, right? I can wait until the price breaks below, for example, and then take a trade, which is not, for me, is not guaranteed, because anything, if we break below the zone, anything that is a test from this to this is going to be more short. So my risk to reward is not going to be any better. It might be even worse than what I'm taking right now. It's probably going to be smaller, because if I take a trade when it breaks through this volume and it comes back and then starts dropping, so I have my confirmation, my risk to reward is going to be worse than I have right now. So I'm deciding that, okay, I'm pretty accurately can predict that we're going to have this move from the point where I entered over this range. So, and then I have a space to think and to see if we reverse or not and make my decision. So that's why, I get that you basically are saying that you got caught too many times to like rush in it. But it's just, I guess it depends on your trading system. Because for me, if I would wait, for example, the chances are that the next candle is going to be like here, and I'm not going to take this trade at all, or I'm going to take it if it's even worse risk to reward. So there's 0 point for me to wait.
Yeah, you had a good point there. Also we have Ayush in the. Ayush is supposed to be on vacation, so like the fact that you're here makes me disappointed. You're supposed to be in the mountains. Told me you're supposed to be in the mountains meditating, and now you're here. In the chat. He's
meditating in the back.
You might as well be on stream.
Yeah, exactly.
Come to work.
Unbiased trader, who are you talking to? You're talking about karma and psychology, but I don't think you're actually talking to someone. But it seems like you want our attention. So let's see what he's talking about. Like karma, yeah, we know what karma is, and then karma, get a link to dharma. Okay. What does this have to do with trading, though? I'm sure there's something to do with this. Okay. Dharma plus karma. Your job is not to force profit. Your job is to fulfill your trading duty. P&L, trading duty. P&L are individual consequences. Long-term results are the accumulated karma of disciplined action equals plus outcome. Okay, so back to GU here. No, but I mean, surely it makes a lot of sense. It's just my brain does not compute today. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that discussion. I'm not ready to go down that deep, that
conversations.
I'm not like, I don't want any, like, yeah, you're like, whatever you're smoking, like, not today. Okay. Not today.
But also, do you have some?
Yeah, exactly. Where do you live? But it's training is a mental game. It really is, isn't it? I mean, it's not easy. I feel like it's statistically, it's if we're looking at trading the lower time frames, maybe you're going up against millions of traders out there. Some who have very deep pockets and a team of people behind them to research and find strategies and test things, right? And only 1% will ever succeed to be long-term profitable, right? It's very difficult. Now, I'm not saying that to discourage people to try it, because if you succeed, it's going to be probably the best decision in your life. And then we have prop firms where, like, you don't really need to be long-term profitable to be able to make money trading prop firms, right? Because I've talked a lot about this. That this is the cool thing about having funding firms and prop firms like Tradeify 247 and Tradeify Futures, and in the future Tradeify whatever, is that you can buy an account. And then that you have that rule, okay, you can't lose more than, let's say, 6% or 10% of the capital. And if you have a trading strategy that is it's not consistently profitable, it's inconsistently profitable, but it has maybe 3 months of profitability in a row. Well, if you apply that to an evaluation and then a funded account, you might be able to make quite a lot of money during those 3 months before you lose the account. So trading prop firms and trading other people's capital is just so different from having your own account. Because if you have your own account, you need to 100% have a consistently profitable strategy. Otherwise, you will go broke. So I would argue that the success rate within the prop firm industry or the funding firm industry is probably a little bit higher than trading your personal capital. I don't know if you guys, if anyone in the comment section has read the book, the new Market Wizard book. It's an amazing book. I highly recommend that you go you check it out. So there is this anonymous trader who was interviewed within the new Market Wizard book, and he's probably one of the most successful traders that has ever been in any of the Market Wizard book. He took, so it's kind of this genius, right? He took, what was it, like $40,000 and turned it into 500 million.
Wow.
It's all verified, right? And he blew up his account probably 10 times. And it seems like he had relatively wealthy parents, I think, because they loaned him first 10K and then 20K and 30K or whatever. And he blew up. He blew up every single time. And then he went to his dad and like, hey, Dad, can I have 30K? Because I know I can pay you back. So he borrowed 30K, made 60K, paid back 30K, and then lost the 30K. And he's like, hey, Dad, can I have more? Because he didn't lose anything, like his dad didn't lose anything. And then he's like, I want to go all in on this, right? And it's just such a cool interview. And he explained how here's a guy that, makes hundreds of millions from going long and short equities, right? And still at that level, he still makes the exact same mistakes that we're talking about here. The exact same mistakes, right? He told the interviewers that, so after the interview was done, and the book was about to get published, he sends them an email and explains the trading situation. So they got it into the final edit of the book. And after doing the interview with Swagger, the author of the book, he said that he had a short on some AI stock, and he made some mistakes, and his drawdown on that single trade at one point was $150 million on one trade.
Nice.
And he managed to get out at a $25 million loss. And he was like, that I'm happy about that, you know?
Yeah.
So
It's all relative. It's all relative.
Yeah, all relative,
I say
right?
that.
But the guy's trading account is 500 million.
Yeah.
He has 500 million with the associated buying power in the equities market. He gets into a trade and he goes into a drawdown of $150 million. And he sits there patiently waiting for price to get closer to his entry. And he gets out of like a 30 million loss. I read that, I'm like, 150 million, that's not only life-changing money for me, it's like it's generational wealth, you know? It's like, it's insane. And he's just, you know, this normal trading day. It's insane.
Well, that's a different conversation, because to fill in this kind of volume as well, it's like a different strategy completely, right? Because it's like you cannot really fill in such a big volume in the market easily. So it's not really, I mean, I get the point about the money exposure that you're talking about, but it's not really related much to like day trading that we are doing. It's a completely different way.
Well, actually, the way he explains his strategy, and they even have screenshots of charts in the book and everything. Like, I'm telling you, looks pretty much like regular day traders, just that they're trading large caps, right? So he said in the interview, one of his, like, the way he got rich was trading low caps, small caps, and he then explained how, and it's so crazy. I'm reading that, like, he was complaining that he was only able to make like 20 or 30 millions from the small caps. So then he had to go into trading large cap because he had issues with liquidity. And then he started making 50, 100 millions on trading large caps. And it doesn't seem like, didn't seem like he had any massive liquidity issues when trading, like, you know, Nvidia, Microsoft, and things like that, because there's a lot of money moving daily in like a stock like Nvidia. It's insane. Unbiased Trader says, I'm not laughing at you, man. I'm not laughing at you, and I'm not saying psychology is not important. Absolutely not. It is key. It is key. Definitely.
Yeah, I was just talking about the subject of stop hunting a while back, and then how that can, people feel like they're getting stop hunted by their brokers and all this kind of stuff. But I got into the subject of how that could really impact your psychology if you feel like you're getting hunted. I don't know where I'm going with this. I just started rambling. And
I was waiting like, this is
just started going.
But you know, the whole thing of stop hunting, like, that's
too long.
Yeah, but I mean, imagine, there's no such thing as stop hunting. You know, I hear this a lot. I watch live streams and live trading shows and all of that, and like, they're, you know, I would put my stop loss here because this is usually an area where they hunt. And it's like, who's they? First of all, who's they, and what are they hunting? You know, if we're talking about institutions, then institutions, they like to buy at a good level. They like to buy where there's supply or demand, and supply and demand usually shows up in form of horizontal support and resistance. If you place your stop very tight, close to support and resistance areas, chances are that you are going to get stopped out, because that's the area where where orders are placed. Could be buy, could be sell, could be stop loss order, whatever. But if you have a wide enough stop loss, that tends to not happen, you know. So that whole idea of hunting for stops is I believe is not correct. Although we know that there's certain places within a chart where there's going to be a lot of stop plays, but we're also like, we're here, we're having a live stream for Tradeify 247. You're trading an evaluation account. You're not even in the markets. Your stop loss is not even in the real market. No one's hunting you. Okay?
Very true. Very true.
There's nothing to be hunting. There's no fish in the pond. Like, it's empty. It's dried up.
My Aussie trade is bombing, which is annoying.
Wizard Trade says, if you have a mechanical system, where does psychology fit in? I'll tell you about that, because the psychology in systematic trading comes from knowing when to shut it off. Okay, very few completely automated algorithmic systems are going to be always profitable. Usually, what you have is you have a portfolio of different systems. So, and I'm doing quite a lot of development on this myself, and I've done so for the last 2-3 years or so. So I do know a little bit about this. I'm not very profitable doing it, but I've seen that you can create a strategy that has a very small positive expectancy. But then if you compare it to, or if you combine it into a portfolio of another strategy that complements that first strategy's drawdown, for example, you can create even more positive expectancy. And then you can create a portfolio of strategies that together creates a relatively stable equity curve. But the key is that some of these strategies are going to be having a much deeper drawdown during certain market regimes. So when you go into those market regimes, you need to know which systems to be activating and which to be disabling. So there's always going to be some small part of discretion. And that's why it's important to have a good understanding of trading and psychology, even when you're doing systematic algorithmic trading. It's not very often you find a strategy that's just like a black box and you can turn it on and then it's going to be forever profitable, you know. Not very difficult, but not very easy. Jesse P says, I can make 500 million in a year starting from today if I really want it. No, you can't. I know you can't. I bet you can't.
I love it. Like, it's just, I would make 500 million from now if I wanted. I just don't want it because I don't need 500 million.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
This is literally how it sounds. Sure, no one needs 500 million because I prefer to actually go in the mountains and live like a monk. And this is why I'm not doing it. Otherwise, I would already have 500 million in my bank account. You know?
I don't need 500. I'd be good with 499. I'll take that. 500.
Did I know you was going to say that?
No. 500 million. That's peanuts.
I would I wouldn't even stand up from the couch for 500 million. Come on, you know what is it?
I don't think we got Anna here. 501. That's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm still looking at you here. We're having a reaction here now in this level. The mean reversion trader within me would love to see a break above these highs on the lower time frames and then take it back up to somewhere, not sure where, but I'm not going to be trading this though. I've already done my trading and I've lost quite a few dollars doing so today. So I think I'm gonna be watching this trade turn out beautifully and not trade it.
Yeah, I'm only $1,000 down today. Yes, all right.
Right.
All right.
I really want to take a long on gold right now because like it's actually looks quite like a good setup. But the market opening is in just 10 minutes. So you know what? I'm not going to do that.
No.
My Aussie trade still survives somehow. I don't know how long it's got left. I took 3 positions in the end, and none of them are working out.
Oh wow, it broke down. Okay, nice.
It's still like my stop is below this value area, so it's in a safe place for me, and I'm targeting like way above. I thought that breakout there might hold here, but it hasn't. But I saw it as a potential position into a bit of a swing trade that I wanted to get into anyway. So I don't even know why the minute chart is open here. I just wanted to show you how much it broke down from that level. But yeah, I'm going to see if this value area holds. If it holds, then great. If it doesn't, then obviously I'm out the position. But we shall see. I like the fundamentals around Aussie. Just might be the fact that the US dollar is getting a little bit of support right now is not helping that move. But like, you know, if we look at Aussie Swiss, this market is in a really nice trend. We did break out of this sort of consolidation yesterday, but it was at 2 a.m. So yeah, wasn't involved in any of this move, unfortunately. And that's what's horrible about trading Aussie pairs. Sometimes you can't get into the move that you want to get into. But yeah, Aussie's been super strong recently. Nice trends developing across some. One that I really like this week was Aussie yen long, to be honest. But I've not took the trade. I'm a bit weary of trading yen in general right now, so I'm just kind of like, you know, holding off a little bit. Aussie Kiwi started to rebound at these lows as well. This could be one to watch going forward. A nice little breakout and continuation here. If you look at the weekly chart, this is a really strong bullish run that we've had here. I mean, pound Aussie could potentially be a good short as well. But yeah, I like Oz fundamentally. We spoke about this a couple of weeks ago. I like the break and retest of this zone in here. That would have worked out sort of nicely if we were targeting the swing lows. Came back up, we've rejected, started to break down again. Nice sort of consolidation for a move. So might look for a bit of a pullback continuation, but Australian dollar looks pretty good at the minute for some moves. I just might have picked the wrong one, really, considering the US dollar strength that's just come into the market. VIX starting to bounce a little bit as well, which should start to see those stock markets decline a little bit, but we will see. Still think that stocks will probably end up the year pretty good. But, you know, usually around this time we get a little bit of choppiness in the stock market anyway. So just got to wait for these conditions to change, I think, a little bit. We've got a lot of markets that are just, we've had some really nice runs through July and August. You know, if we take a look at euro dollar bouncing from these lows through August, one trade that I really loved was cable longs down at the 131.50s, and that's been doing really well. But this is now, it's kind of approaching the highs of the range. So looks like we're going to get a little bit of dollar strength, which is, to be honest, after such a aggressive move lower, we can get, and it's just kind of choppy pullback at the moment. Needs another catalyst to drive it. Maybe Friday might be the catalyst. We've got Fed Chair Walsh speaking on Friday, so maybe he can raise some concerns about what's been going on. But we'll have to see how the Jackson Hole Symposium goes.
Right, that's starting tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm. I know you're on mute, sorry.
I was saying that's why this is a shitty trading week.
Yeah.
Thank you for a reminder. Completely forgot
sorry.
about that Jackson's Hole Symposium. That's this time of August. All right. Fine.
Yeah, and obviously coming into the end of sort of summer, you know, usually isn't great. You know, there is that thing about summer trading can be a bit tough. Some of the moves can be a little bit exaggerated as well because of the lower volumes in general. So.
No, 100%. I was just waiting. You know, I completely forgot about this because usually when the market is in this state, I have like a right analysis that is right most of the time, but taking this analysis is like almost impossible because it doesn't give me any good entry points. So I'm like, okay, you know, like usually the market is just waiting for something, and I completely forgot that there's a Jackson Hole going on. That it's probably going to be like this until we actually have the Jackson's Hole summit, and some things are just going to be clarified as well. And next week is non-farm on Friday too, so this like week and a half might be a little off. Yeah.
Which is why we love trading, right?
So as long as you don't blow it during these 2 weeks, it's fine.
Yeah. That's the most important skill to have. Not giving it back.
Okay, one last long on gold, and then I'm out of here.
You're just talking about not giving it back. Boom. Yep. One last long on gold.
One last long on gold.
Button is pushed.
The price action here is just absolutely terrible.
Just before you press the button, there's a market opening in 3.5 minutes.
Yeah. I should have said that to you before you took the last one. Sorry about PCE, so that's my bad. Anna's now your alert system.
I wanted to take long as well because it's like on this order flow.
Oh, no, it's too late. I'm already in. I don't care. Let's go.
Well, I hope it goes good for both of us. At least some of us will take profit then. I really wish you that.
Sorry, that really caught me. I don't care. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do this.
Full send, as Roman would say.
Yeah. I gotta jump out soon. I gotta take gotta go pick up my son from school, so I gotta go a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm. You're not even gonna watch the trade. You're just gonna let it play out like that.
No, I'm definitely gonna watch this one and then I'll jump out.
Right. Then before you go, I'm gonna take a 2 minutes break and get some water, and I'll come back.
How do you know that? Can you see all that information?
He can see everything. He can see more than you think.
Oh my God! I feel exposed now. I feel exposed.
Roman, if you can see everything, is his trade going to take stop loss or not?
Exactly. It's like your trade is gonna hit stop loss soon. It's like, oh, thank you.
Roman's watch me moving my stops around. Yeah, it's mental. It's mental stop losses. Yeah. Wow. Now I know.
Can't hit a stop loss if you don't have one.
That's true. That's true.
You know what? I might delete the ones on Aussie right now.
Yeah.
Okay, guys,
you're going with liquidation instead.
Got Nvidia earnings out tonight as well. So that'll be interesting.
What did you say?
We've got Nvidia earnings
Did her
out
laptop
tonight.
really die? Did her laptop really die? That's hilarious.
The funny thing is, she would have been sat there like, what's going on? What happened?
Why did Roman not tell me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she's getting water. Okay.
Come on, Aussie. Come on.
Okay, we got gold hitting some type of support here. Maybe I'm gonna get that move to the upside. What will happen if I hit that TP? Will I be in profit today? Yes, I will. Okay, good.
And if I don't, well,
that doesn't matter. It's
Just in a deeper
That's
hole.
another thing. Yeah.
What is your favorite trading setup then, Jonathan? Because I know that you are a swing trader, but do you use your indicators as a trigger?
When it comes to swing trading, you mean?
Yeah, they're like an entry.
Yeah. So we
You got some. Is there moving averages on the chart as well?
yeah, these two are the 20 and the 50. So I think I can probably show you. Yes, a good example would probably be. Let's take a look at AUD. Was it AUD NCD? I think AUD NCD is a good example. If I have one here, I'm just gonna pull up MT5 here to the right of me. Okay, AUD. I think it was AUD NCD. Yeah, so this is a good example. So what I do usually is I look at the very high time frames. So in this case, I've done some analysis. I remember starting looking at the line chart. Let me just show you. I tried to get a very simplistic view of the market first. So if I remove price here, just remove price from this, I was basically looking for. I'm trying to understand like what are the primary trends here.
So you remove price first.
No, I just removed price here to show you to make it less complicated. I
was like, what? Whoa! You're just basically looking at rectangles on your chart.
Yeah, so I'm trying to identify the primary trend, right? And I came to the conclusion that, okay, these are the primary trends. And we have this massive range. And I got alerted on this when it broke above 1.14. And it started potentially breaking above that range. And then, so this is on the weekly. And then on the weekly, we had the first test. And then we had the first weekly candle closing above that level since, I believe, like 2013. And then we had a retest. And this is when, it caught my attention. I go down to the daily. And I add my 20 and 50 EMA. And I start looking for an entry. So I believe I first bought that level. And then this level with the stops down here. And then all I really did was just move my stops up with the daily 50 EMA. So I had my stops move up here, and then I got stopped out here. So that was a good trade. I think that was like a 3-4 hour or something like that. And this one I risked is significantly more than normal. I think I risked 5% of my personal account on this one. So that was almost a 20% win on the account. But it took a while. It was from November 2005 till June this year. So long hold got almost eaten up by the swaps. This trade made me question a lot with long-term holding with CFD because of the swaps. And then I also had a short that I took here because so what I do is very simple. I look for structure. I look I'll look at market structure and try to understand what is market structure telling me? Are we in a primary uptrend or primary downtrend? Are we in higher highs or higher lows in price? And then try to look for consolidation phases, and just breaking the highs or breaking the lows, and looking for what could potentially be the start of a new trend. So if we look at GBP USD as an example, what I would do here is just there's a lot of things on here. But what I would do here is just I would just add a level here, and I would say, okay, it's hitting resistance. It's a daily. It's a bearish engulfing candle. Came up. It's an uptrend here on the 4 hour. Created some type of consolidation phase here, and it's breaking below it. Now, what I would want to see is, this is the initial break, right? Now, what I would want to see is maybe hit the 50 EMA, come up and then reject and then down again. So we have that lower high here. And then when we break this low, I can then take a trade from that break, stops go above here, and then I would take profit wherever it makes most sense on the daily. Now, the problem with GU is that it makes most sense to TP here, and that would use B, but it would still be a 1.5 hour trade, so I might be able to take that. But if I'm gonna trade this like I did with AUD NCD, I'm probably gonna trade it down here to that level as a full range resolution trade. I would TP down here. That's an 8-hour trade, and then we'll just trail my stop down with either the 4-hour 50 EMA. In this case, I can't do on the daily because we're in the range, so I would probably look at the 4-hour trend, and then I would like on the way up, I would have my stop loss trail here, 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 and here, and then I would just do the same thing on the back down. So stop loss here, then if price moves this, I move my stop here. And this is interesting because in this interview, I just talked about that crazy guy who went from 40,000 to 500 million. He was pyramiding his winners in a way where he was always adding to them, but never removing risk. So he was always risking, let's say 1%, but he was adding to the trade in a way where, okay, price breaks down here and then does this. Now, what he would do then is add to the position here, move stops down here, but he never removes risk from the trade. So he's still going to be risking the same, but it's going to just increase his profit. Now, the problem is that if price moves like this, and then he does the same thing, fill more here, and then move stops here. If price moves up here, he's still going to lose the same as if he hit the original stop loss. But if it hits TP, the winner is going to be enormous.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing actually for the past year.
Nice.
And it significantly actually increases the profit, but you do need to move the stop loss. Because if you don't move the stop loss, especially in the current volatility, if it like hits back, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah. The issue I have with that is, I feel like it's a weird relationship between the winners and the losers and the expectancies. So I'm thinking like that whole idea of risk of ruin, like if it just feels weird.
Why?
But well, because I like the idea of securing the trade, and you're never going to secure the trade. So you're never going to
the trade. Eventually you secure the trade. You basically need. So what I've been doing is, I don't know how he was doing it, but what I've been doing is moving also stop loss and profit. So the further the trend develops, the less I add and the more I move the stop loss. It doesn't need to be like a giant trend. So let's talk 5 minutes, for example. So you take like a move on 5 minutes, and the further it goes, the higher is the chance of reversal. So obviously you add less volume or you stop adding, but you keep moving your stop. So even if it hits back, you basically get out in profit anyway.
Okay. It's a little bit different than what he did, because he was moving the stop, but as soon as he moved the stop, he recalculated the position size so that the stop is always going to be if no matter where the stop is, if it hits the stop, you're always going to lose 1%. But then if you move the stop down and that stop is always 1% loss of your account, that means if you move the stop loss, from here down here, you can basically double your position size, which means double profit. And then if it moves down here, you can double your position size once again, then double your position size once again, and once again, which means this 8-hour trade becomes 8 times 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can't do math, but that's a lot.
Yeah, I've been doing this as well. The only difference is that I move it in profit and not I'm not keeping like 1% risk always. So at some point, I move stop loss and profit, and I let it run like the rest of the move. I don't add.
Exactly. That's why what I do as well.
Yeah, but it significantly increases the profit expectancy. Like instead of like, let's say you get a 1 to 1.5 restore reward initial trade, and you can end up to like 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5. More, depends on the move. Just need one of those.
I was going to say, I just lost all sound. I was like, whoa. Okay.
Nah, it's sad. I gotta jump. No, Tradeify is not UK based. Tradeify is US based. So I gotta go pick up my kids. I gotta jump off, but this was a good session. I enjoyed it. I gotta be jumping on often here and do some live trading. Hopefully not lose as much as I did today. But gold is looking good though. So if it hits 46.16, I'm back. I'm back in profit. Back in profit and more money to lose tomorrow. Next week we are. Next week is going to be more changes to the channel again.
Ooh.
Yeah,
nice, exciting.
More
times.
big changes. Going to be that's going to be very exciting. And we are hopefully also ready to go live during the London session. So you're no longer going to see us here in the New York session. You're going to see us in the London session, which is very exciting to me because that's where I do all of my trading. In the opening hours of the London session. So hopefully that's going to be cool. I'm going to be working on developing some strategies also around that trading time. So that's going to be exciting. All right, guys. See you guys tomorrow.
See you.
Cheers.
Bye. Bye. And I need help.
With what? Converting you about the UD trade?
Basically, yeah. Basically. It's just going sideways on me now. And I don't like the fact that it's consolidating at the value area low.
Yeah.
I do not like that at all.
Yeah, I had the same with ERA.
Yeah.
I had longs on ERA, but finally ended up just been ranging for the entire week still, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna drop just when I'm out of it. So I don't know if it's gonna let me open the same one. Is it an intraday trade that you're looking at?
No, to be fair, I wanted it to be a longer swing trade. I feel like we could, break a little bit higher. I am aggressively, I'm being a bit aggressive, to be honest, because I think that we are at a level of resistance, but I was thinking we could get up at least to this 7265 area, which were these highs in May. So I have kind of, put this as a bit of a longer term trade. So we'll see if this area holds. It's a bit of a tighter stop loss. I just needed to break out of this little consolidation it's doing right now. I think if it breaks out of this little consolidation here, I'll be okay, in a better position, at least. I won't be crying myself to sleep tonight. Plus, everything to me is still fairly bullish here. Yes, the dollar data today is a little bit more positive dollars, but in the grand scheme of things, it's still fairly negative. So yeah, I'm curious to see if the dollar strength comes back fully. Looks like oil's turned around a lot. 2.8.
Can't really support you in this because I'm short pound dollar.
Yes. Thanks.
So I really wish I could, but that would mean I'm going against my trade.
That's fair. I'm just gonna Well, that means one of us is going to lose, maybe. So one of us is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, although you're trading a much more smaller time frame, right? Or are you holding this as like a longer swing trade?
I'd say it's kind of like a swing, actually. And I was looking also. I'm also short in, well, mentally short in euro because I'm waiting for the entry point. But it's doesn't want to load since I still didn't install my new laptop. Yeah. So if it's gonna actually,
The new laptop still isn't ready.
it's in the box
Still
for a
Oh my
week.
God.
Didn't really have a second till I can install this.
Fair.
So yeah, it just takes so much time, you know. I have I'm still walking around with my old phone even, and my second one is with me, and it's been 3 days that I'm like, today I'm gonna log in into all the apps that I got installed. Still not.
No. Fair.
So, but for euro, for example, I was looking for short already here when we exited kind of this range and we broke below the low. And it's been ranging ever since. So now we are again on the new support because the range got expanded. So this is like a horrible price action, the one that I can't stand the most. But let's see. Yeah, normally swing I'm short. Within a day, I think we can still go up. And for pound, for euro, and for AUD, I think as well.
Yeah, I like the fact that it's at lows at the moment. That's the only thing that is supported me right now.
Yeah.
I would never sell at lows, so for me the fact that I'm buying at lows comforts me. But yeah, I'm just thinking I might as well have just shorted Euro Oz or Pound Oz instead of getting involved in Aussie US dollar, because that makes a lot more sense. The art of currency trading, eh? The art of currency trading.
Yeah. Glenn, I will eventually. You know, it's just like kind of also, you know, the problem with this mentality is like, I'm like, yes, I got it, next to the next, and then setting it up is like not so important, you know. It's like a weird thing. Anyway, I'm gonna set it up eventually.
Amazes me that does, because when I get something new, I have to open it immediately.
Yeah, no, I have something new and I'm like, nice, I have it. And then I'm like, okay, next. What's next?
Gold is not looking too bad now. Maybe if gold moves, my Aussie trade might not be that bad.
Yeah, gold is now at the reversal point for me as well. To the downside.
To what? Wait, to short?
Yeah, to short. It's hitting the middle, the median of this big range. Yeah. So it's like the point of control also of this week. And there is some volume coming in that might push it. But if it breaks through now, it's going to be fine. This is basically the decision point for me for gold. And then obviously it's going to also kind of dictate what's going to happen with my GU trade as well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this Aussie trade I really don't like anymore. I might cut it. I hate when price comes to a low and then just doesn't push away aggressively. It just sits there. And that's what I don't like. But then again, it's a swing trade. These things happen. They're
going nuts in the comments.
What are they saying?
Jesus has been Jesus. Stock market is also range, and I was already wondering, like, something is just, its market is waiting for something, so I'm kind of waiting until this Jackson Hole is gonna pass finally, because ES and NQ also has been ranging ever since the beginning of the week. I was longs in general biased, and then nothing is happening. I'm so bad trading within the range. It's horrible.
Yeah.
So bad.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
the
the
worst
VIX
part of-
continues down, that means
Yeah?
I'm happy to be a bit more risk on, which would benefit me. Let's have a look at what is going on the CNN Fear and Greed Index. Where are we sitting right now? It's going to be neutral, isn't it? And I'm going to be like, oh, okay, no. It was near neutral.
Slightly bullish. I mean,
Very, very slightly bullish.
Very slightly.
Yeah, we're borderline. Now that's
What do you think
fairly
is-
positive. Puts call options, extreme greed. So that
That's
means
good.
that the option market is very bullish stocks.
That's good for me for my longs on S&P and Nasdaq, and actually fairly Bitcoin as well, because I'm holding the swing long on Bitcoin.
Are you?
Yeah, I got it from already 2 days ago, and now it's also like I added it to like a site now another account as well. So I'm holding with a couple of different entry points, the swing longs.
Yeah.
Because the point is that if you look at the BTC, so it reached my final target. And the final target was around 76K to 78K. And then the 76.8K is a value area high from this month.
Yep.
So we exited this monthly value area. We tested it from the outside. So basically the price moved out of the balance, out of the fair value towards the high values. And then I'm expecting if we hold the zone, so unless it goes basically below 75,500, if we go below 75,500 and the price closes on it, below it on the daily candle, then I'm gonna flip short. And this is the only condition under which I'm gonna flip short. Unless this happens, I'm holding it until 88 to 90K, which is basically the next area of volume that was traded previously, when the price was dropping from 126K all-time highs. So we've ranged and formed the volume between 88 and 92.6 thousand, which is my final target now. So it's a swing position, considering also the Jackson's Hole, the upcoming non-farm. I don't think it's gonna be playing out in any like kind of close days by. I think it's more of a week, 2 weeks thing, because it's also the daily time frame that I'm looking at.
Interesting. So what data are you using for, is that futures?
This is BTC on the Binance USD.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't like futures. I've tried CME, but the volume, I prefer the volume from like a big exchanges, and Binance has been proving itself quite good actually for me.
And do you have to buy the data for that one?
Sorry?
Does the data get provided to you for that one, or do you have to?
Yeah, it's for free.
Okay.
It's like it's included on others. The crypto data is for free basically.
Okay.
From exchanges. Yeah, if I use, for example, BTC, I need a CME data, which I have by default because I pay for the CME basically in-depth level 2 data anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be working, but I just don't like what it is.
It's not as good.
Binance, yeah.
I mean, it kind of makes sense, really, considering that Binance should really. Are they the biggest? They've got to be the biggest.
I think they're one of the biggest, actually.
Yeah,
for sure, one of them.
Biggest exchange, aren't they?
Mm.
Come on, I need this volatility to drop. Give me volatility drops. Give me dollar getting weaker, and I will be it.
Yeah, Glenn is saying in the chat that he's also using the Binance data. Yeah, I kind of found it better than CME.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense. Here we go. I'm saying here we go, like, come on. I'm literally like 3 pips in profit.
Profit is profit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I don't really like trading forex on the second half of the day in New York anyway, because it's barely moving until the end of the day. Sometimes it does, but really, really rarely. So I'm not really expecting much from this position. I'll probably be already looking back at it tomorrow. If it doesn't hit my stop loss before that, of course.
Yeah.
It doesn't spike back. So let's see. I wanted to take some trades kind of on ES and then Q, but it's been just came back on the top of the range, and there's nothing that's happening.
Yeah, there's.
What do you think about the Jackson's Hole? What's going to be discussed, and can it be something important, like a decision-making point for the markets?
It'll be an interesting one because this is Fed Warsh's first Jackson Hole appearance, I guess. So there's always an element of, oh, what's he going to do? But he's obviously still very vocal that he doesn't believe in forward guidance, but a lot has gone on since then. So he let the bond market do whatever the bond market wants to do. And what's happened? The Treasury have had to get involved and buy bonds back. So I don't know whether there'll be almost like a change up to what he will kind of come with. I'll just be super interested to see if he does give some kind of, forward guidance. Obviously, we've had a lot of inflation data since then as well. So it's always going to be a market moving event, I think, whenever the Fed chair speaks. It's just how much of what he says is taken into consideration from, and if he does give any kind of guidance going forward, which he has been very against. So whether he flips that now, I think, he might need to start doing that, because if he wants bonds to act normal, he might have to start giving a little bit of forward guidance. We've had similar situations in the past where we've had these bond buyback situations going on, and the Fed have kind of flipped a little bit. So yeah, I mean, I think that will be a big event. What it will do for price, it's the who knows.
That's another question.
Yeah. You always have those kind of scenarios where, he was a little bit more hawkish in tone. It'll be bullish dollars, and we can say that, but we don't know what's going to come out of his mouth, to be honest. Is the market waiting for it? Maybe. If we look at the price action this week, we have pretty much just gone sideways. So, and we've had core PCE data, which has moved the needle slightly, but we still haven't really broken out any of those ranges that we've had. So, yeah, maybe it is just waiting for Warsh to speak, which makes it horrible for us because we want movement. We want that, volatility. We want stuff going on, but not really getting it, are we?
The market doesn't really care much what we want.
Yeah, ever. Yeah. I wish it did.
I wish.
Oh man, look at my Aussie trade now.
It's back in loss.
Yep.
It's 3 pips.
Yeah, literally. I don't like the price action, that slow sort of turnaround.
Yeah, it's like the same for my pound trade. Yeah. I mean, it's in profit, but
by 3 pips.
It's like a couple of good ticks in profit actually. 10 pips now, but it's just been stuck at the bottom. It's not moving anywhere from there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a slow watch. I think that's the one benefit about day trading, I guess. When you day trade, at least when you get stopped out, you get stopped out quick. in a swing trade, you have to wait for a while.
Yeah, that's true. To be fair, it's like I prefer. This is why I don't like trading in a range, because if I get in a range and the price is going just in and out of profit, It takes my attention and focus from like other things that I can do. And it takes my attention and focus from other good trades that I can take because I'm stuck managing this one that I don't want to be in the first place. So, you know, for me, more profitable is actually to skip it than to get in a trade sometimes because I'm like, okay, there is other things that might be moving at the same time. And I cannot really pay attention to this because I'm stuck in, for example, gold. That's why I didn't take another trade for it because I was like, you know what, I know how it ended for me the last 2 days. I don't wanna be in this again.
Yeah.
No.
I hear you. And there we go.
Yeah, let's see how the next candle closes because this one hourly candle just closed as well. So, yeah, the worst part about it is that I'm pretty sure it's going to go exactly where I'm expecting it to go after all. The trick is to not get stopped out in between. Where is the stop AUD? Before we're going to be finishing the live stream.
Yeah, it's going to be stopped out. It's going to...
No, but where is the stop loss? Like, where is the invalidation level for you?
Below the volume, below the low volume area. So if that doesn't hold, then it's probably going to go lower anyway, which it looks like it's doing. So there we go. Fantastic, Dave. Cheers. Bye.
Crying session is in place again.
Yeah. Bring it on.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the macro input as well and for reminding me about the Jackson's Hole. Now I know I'm having a free day from trading tomorrow.
Yeah. You're welcome.
At least that didn't cost me money tomorrow, so thank you so much. And we'll see you guys on Thursday for the live stream, same time, same place. Let's see if the Jackson's Hole is going to start moving the markets a little bit and make it a little more interesting for all of us. Thank you so much, guys. Cheers.
Bye.